Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Boy, there's one word that you really don't ever want to hear. That's the word cancer. And as we know, to have this debilitating disease, your chances of survival are greater than they've ever been, but still, it's devastating to you, your family, your caregivers. And there's a phrase here that it's one thing to understand that there are medical solutions, but it's another thing to treat the person in a way that makes them feel positive about themselves. And joining me today is Rita Cox, who's co-chairing an event called Never Fight Alone. It's called the Pink Ball. It's the 13th annual Pink Ball right here in Saratoga at the Hall of Springs. And it's to raise funds for the kind of work that Rita does and with her organization. So welcome, Rita. Very nice to have you here. You know, that's really true. People tend to talk about medical solutions to everything. Mm-hmm. In reality, really being able to recover from any disease requires much more of an approach of the well-being of the person.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. Until there's a cure, you still have to deal with the diagnosis. You still have to support, you have to be there for the people facing this kind of a diagnosis. And it can be a very difficult journey. So we work very hard to provide one-on-one individual support, education programs, boutiques that for wigs, for prosthetics, to be there, to be the resource that people need when they're dealing with a breast cancer diagnosis.
Well, you know, I want to cycle back on those, okay?
Sure.
I know that we will talk about the event that's coming up, but you mentioned three very important areas there. Mm-hmm. And that first one, of course, is the support and the support groups. And that could be peer-to-peer, that could be mentoring, right? And your organization is very involved in that, right?
We are. What defines support for any one person is going to be different than for the next person. For sure. And so, you know, our goal is to provide more different kinds of support across the greater Capital District, whether it's a one-on-one mentoring program, whether it's a support group where you can, you know, they're the safe places where you can go and be around people that understand exactly where you are and kind of leave all the other stuff at the door. Some people find those to be incredibly meaningful. Our educational programs go from workshops in the afternoon for a couple of hours to full day seminars where we bring in some of the foremost experts in what's happening in cancer care and cancer cures and in health, living more healthy to help reduce your risk of recurrence. So we work hard to be the resource across all various spectrums for somebody dealing with a breast cancer diagnosis. And then there's our boutiques. Our boutiques in Saratoga and Del Mar, they provide very personal one-on-one fittings for garments, for wigs, for prosthetics, for the things that you might not think about that you need when you're when you're dealing with breast cancer.
You know, again, if you're facing this, you know, where do you go? And you just think about the individual, and the individual is confused. The individual is concerned. They're worried. Their family's worried. The caregivers are worried. And you're very self-conscious. You know, my sister-in-law, we were talking about my sister-in-law. And, you know, the idea that you could go someplace, be educated, learn more about all the facets, not just medical facets, but emotional facets. It could be any number of different things. And also have a boutique you could go where you could actually talk to somebody where they would be able to help you. All right, well, as you can tell, now you know why Never Fight Alone is the theme for this event. The event is Friday, October 20th at the Hall of Springs. And even though it's a very serious subject, I think it's time that we put just a little bit more of a, you know, you can go to an event like this and have some fun. That you're going to have a great auction, you've got great music. It's the 13th year that you're doing this, so somebody's doing something right, and the money's going to support this. So tell me about the event.
This is actually our largest fundraiser of the year. 13th annual. It's a party. So sure, the goal here is to raise money, and we talk a lot about the work that we do and the people who help us do that work. But we have the New York Players. We have great food from the Zone, and an auction led by LeGrand Saris. So it is a party as well. So we want to have fun.
I'm going back. You got Saris, you've got Mazzone, and you've got the New York Players, and you have this beautiful thunderous hall called the Hall of Springs. I got news for you with the New York Players. Let it rip in that hall. I've been there when they've played.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's quite an event.
Right.
There's a wonderful auction with great items. A couple of people are being honored, recognized. There's attention this year to caregivers. Again, you get a diagnosis of something like cancer, it affects everyone around you, your immediate family, your caregivers, yourself, and outside of the fact that we're barreling down trying to find a cure for this, in the meantime, healthy support and helping someone get healthy is really so fundamental to this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to be there for the people that are still dealing with it.
Yeah, boy, hats off to you and your organization, really, Rita.
Thank you.
It's terrific. Okay, the event, it's called Never Fight Alone. It's the 13th annual. Please go, please support this. The money's going to an amazing cause. It's at the Hall of Springs on Friday, October 20th. Starts about 6:30, right?
Starts 6:30. Tickets available in advance at our website at 2life.org.
Good. 2Life, T-O, Life, L-I-F-E, 2life.org. Great. Thanks, Rita. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.